This is Lopp with RStudio. Wow, what an awesome conference. Thank you all for attending, and a special thanks to the amazing volunteers who ran such an excellent virtual conference. This is an encore presentation presenting some of RStudio's updates for the pharma community. We're privileged to be sharing these updates with such an extraordinary group of people. There's three things that we want to share with you today. The first thing that we want to talk about are new validation guidance documents. And these documents are a first for RStudio, shipping PDFs instead of software, but we think they're going to go a long way to helping the pharmaceutical community understand how we approach building open source software, and hoping making it possible for you all to use that software in an easier way in validated environments. So what are they? Well, there are three individual PDFs, one for the Shiny and R Markdown packages, one for the set of packages affiliated with the tidyverse and other ecosystems like tidy models and rlib. And then finally, a set of guidance documents for RStudio team, which would include the RStudio IDE, products like RStudio Connect and RStudio Package Manager. These documents share the R core validation guidance. That's where we started from, but they've been peer reviewed by many of you, as well as a team here at RStudio. And the goal, as I said, is for these documents to position some of these packages as trusted sources. If you watched the awesome presentations on how to think about risk-based approach to validation, our goal is to make it easier for these packages to automatically be approved sources. And also, the document lays the groundwork for emphasizing, in general, the benefits of open source software, how to think about validating open source software, and really to underscore just how important open source software is for trustworthy and reproducible science. You can find these documents on the RStudio website. If you just search RStudio Pharma, you'll find this page with some beautiful faces, such as an old picture of Phil. Down here at the bottom are those validation guidance documents. Each one is a pretty lengthy PDF. Here you can see the one for the tidyverse and affiliated packages. They're composed of two parts. One is an overview of the software development lifecycle here at RStudio, essentially saying that just like SaaS, we take a very professional approach to how we build and ship these packages. And then the other section overviews the part 11 compliance and how you can think about using these different packages in a CFR part 11 GXP environment. So I encourage you to read over those documents, give us any feedback, and hopefully make submission just a little bit easier. The second thing that we want to announce is new support in RStudio Package Manager for Bioconductor, and that includes Bioconductor support in the public RStudio Package Manager. So this is going to be available if you're an RStudio customer or not. And our goal is to really help those groups who are working in controlled environments get access to Bioconductor. The work is going to ensure that Package Manager is compatible with whatever approach you want to use to integrating Bioconductor, whether it's BioC Manager or install the packages. And finally, kind of a nice added benefit is that Package Manager allows you to rectify the differences in how Bioconductor does releases and how CRAN performs rolling updates. So I'll show you here a preview. This work is officially coming to Package Manager within the next month or so. But this is what it's going to look like. Inside of Package Manager, you'll have a new repository for Bioconductor. And then there's setup instructions here that tell you exactly what to do in order to use Package Manager as that source for Bioconductor packages, even if you're using BioC Manager as the install client. Now, the really interesting thing, as I mentioned, is that as you change different versions of Bioconductor, RStudio Package Manager will automatically provide the corresponding CRAN snapshot that you need. And so this means that you're guaranteed to have a set of CRAN packages that was compatible with the Bioconductor release. And so you no longer have to worry about you being in an old version of Bioconductor with the latest version of dplyr and incompatibilities that might happen there. just like everything in Package Manager, you're able to search for versions of packages. You can look at their dependencies, older versions, and system prerequisites for installing on Linux operating systems as well. So this is coming to Package Manager, an upcoming release. Watch the RStudio blog as well as the public Package Manager to get access to those Bioconductor packages. And then finally, we're excited to announce RTF support in the GT package. And there was a number of great talks at this conference about how to generate RTF output, a lot of different packages depending on exactly what your needs are. But there's one really exciting reason to use GT in certain cases. And that's because GT, sort of like R Markdown, allows you to render tables with the same code into different formats. So essentially what you're allowed to do is write code once, and then you can use that code to render to an RTF, say for current submission work. But that same exact code can also render to HTML for cases in the future, like what we saw in a number of presentations where Pharma is moving forward and presenting more interactive outputs in submissions and just in general in data analysis work. So briefly just kind of show you, essentially you have code that gives you a lot of fine-grained control over the look and feel of a table while still being pretty easy to write. And then you can render that table. In this case, we're looking at the result in HTML. But with a simple change, so by calling GT save, you can get the same exact table but rendered to RTF. And then that RTF can be opened in any number of editors, in this case in Word. So the same code rendering to different formats. So we're really excited to share these updates with you. Again, all the resources are going to be available in links inside of this presentation. And we really appreciate this encore presentation. Thanks for watching.